Do you find yourself when you are working on Figma fixing mistakes in different screens like the same ones you just fixed before? If that is you, I'm going to be sharing with you these 3 beginner Figma user mistakes that other designers make that actually make them waste a lot of time. The first mistakes I see beginner Figma users make is that they rely more on groups instead of frames. When you use groups, the problem you have is as you try to scale it up or down, the content also grows or shrinks with it. This is especially bad when you are going to be working on a responsive design. In contrast, when you use frames, as the frame scales, its content doesn't scale up or down with it. Also, you can put constraints so that the left, right, top margin between elements or the end of the screens can remain the same as long as you put those constraints in the first place. The second mistake beginner users make is that they don't take advantage of Figma component feature. Let's say we have our top navigation we just worked on, and what we want to do is, because it's such a general pattern, we want to use it on the second screen. And let's say for the sake of example, we will give this a very ugly red background color. And we realize as we copy the second screen to third, to fourth, to fifth, we realize if we ever want to get rid of that red background color, we have to go through each of those screens to change them. So our cost of mistake just cascaded, it compounded. We are doing it 6 times in a row. What we have to do is, if we componentize, let's say a screen that will repeat itself, let's say for ourselves, it will be the top level navigation here. If we make it a component and we actually make its red background into white background, again you see that all the other 5 screens that uses that component as a child also just took the white color. Because what happens when you use Figma components is, if you make a change to the master, your changes cascades to every other screen that uses child, which actually saves you a lot of time because you only have to make change once and it cascades instead of doing the same change in 20 different screens. Third design mistakes I see other beginner Figma users make is that they don't create their own color styles when they are working on production level projects. You can just pick the background, let's say of this top level navigation, to be dark gray, and if you ever want to get rid of that dark gray, instead of getting rid of it in the 10 different screens, you want to just make it in your color style masters there, and you just change the master color to from dark gray to, let's say, dark blue, and the change cascades. It also helps with readability of your colors when a developer is going to come to your designs to actually check what colors they should use, because they are going to go to the inspect mode on Figma to actually look at the CSS. Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. I really appreciate it. And if you have learned what mistakes you are doing, but you also want to learn some Figma tips to actually speed up your work, please click on this video next.